Ghosts of Mississippi is a powerful historical courtroom drama released in 1996 that quietly but firmly leaves a lasting emotional impact. Directed by Rob Reiner, the film explores justice, memory, and the long shadow of racial violence in America. Without relying on spectacle, it tells a deeply human story rooted in real events, focusing on persistence, moral courage, and the struggle to confront painful truths from the past. The film is directed by Rob Reiner, a filmmaker known for his versatility across genres. From heartfelt dramas to lighthearted comedies, his ability to adapt tone while maintaining strong storytelling is evident here. In this film, Reiner takes a restrained approach, allowing the gravity of the subject matter to speak for itself. He does not sensationalize events, nor does he rush through emotional beats. Instead, he builds the narrative steadily, giving the audience time to absorb the historical weight and emotional complexity of the story. His direction feels respectful and focused, emphasizing authenticity over dramatics. At the center of the story is a real-life case that remained unresolved for decades. The film follows a determined prosecutor who decides to reopen the investigation into the assassination of a civil rights leader in Mississippi during the 1960s. What unfolds is not just a legal battle, but also a deeply personal journey, as he faces resistance from the community, political pressure, and the emotional toll of pursuing justice after so many years. The narrative carefully balances courtroom tension with moments from the protagonist's personal life, giving viewers a complete picture of the cost of doing what is right. The lead role is played by Alec Baldwin, who delivers a grounded and convincing performance as the prosecutor. Baldwin portrays the character with a sense of quiet determination rather than overt heroism. He does not appear as a flawless figure, instead, he shows vulnerability, doubt, and frustration, making the character more relatable and human. His performance captures the internal conflict of someone who is aware of the uphill battle he faces but refuses to back down. Baldwin's restrained acting style works particularly well in courtroom scenes, where subtle expressions and controlled delivery carry significant weight. Opposite him, Whoopi Goldberg plays the widow of the slain civil rights leader. Her performance is one of the emotional anchors of the film. Goldberg brings depth and dignity to her role, portraying grief that has endured over decades but has not diminished her strength. She does not rely on dramatic outbursts, instead, her performance is marked by quiet resilience and emotional authenticity. Every scene she appears in carries a sense of history and personal loss, reminding the audience that the case is not just about legal justice but about human closure. James Woods plays the accused, and his performance is chilling in its subtlety. Rather than portraying a stereotypical villain, Woods presents a character who is unsettling because of how ordinary he appears. His calm demeanor contrasts sharply with the gravity of the crime he is accused of, creating an eerie sense of discomfort. Woods manages to evoke both disdain and fascination, making his character one of the most memorable aspects of the film. The supporting cast also contributes significantly to the film's impact. Each character, whether a witness, lawyer, or family member, feels authentic and grounded. Their interactions add layers to the story, showing how deeply the case affects not just those directly involved but also the broader community. The film portrays a society grappling with its past, where old wounds remain unhealed and truths are often buried under years of silence. The storytelling is deliberate and patient. Instead of rushing to dramatic moments, the film takes time to build context. It shows how the passage of time complicates justice, as memories fade, evidence becomes scarce, and witnesses grow reluctant to revisit painful events. This slow pacing might feel unusual to some viewers, but it serves an important purpose. It reflects the reality of such cases, where progress is often slow and filled with setbacks. One of the film's strengths lies in its ability to create tension without relying on action. The courtroom scenes are particularly compelling, driven by dialogue, performances, and the weight of the stakes involved. Each testimony, each piece of evidence, and each argument feels significant, contributing to an atmosphere of suspense. The film keeps the audience engaged by focusing on the emotional and moral dimensions of the trial rather than just the legal technicalities. The cinematography complements the tone of the film. The visuals are understated, often using natural lighting and simple compositions to create a sense of realism. There are no flashy camera movements or stylized shots, instead, the focus remains on the characters and their interactions. This approach helps immerse the audience in the story, making it feel more immediate and authentic. The musical score is subtle yet effective. It does not overpower the scenes but instead enhances the emotional undertones. The music is used sparingly, allowing silence and dialogue to carry much of the impact. When it does appear, it underscores key moments, adding depth without distracting from the narrative. The film also explores themes beyond the courtroom. It delves into the idea of confronting the past and the challenges of seeking justice in a society that may prefer to forget. It raises questions about accountability, moral responsibility, and the role of individuals in challenging systemic injustice. These themes are presented thoughtfully, without heavy-handed messaging, allowing viewers to reflect on them in their own way. Another important aspect of the film is its portrayal of perseverance. The protagonist's journey is not straightforward or easy. He faces numerous obstacles, including skepticism from colleagues and hostility from those who do not want the past revisited. Despite these challenges, he remains committed to his goal, driven by a sense of duty and moral conviction. This aspect of the story is both inspiring and realistic, showing that meaningful change often requires persistence and courage. The personal dimension of the story adds further depth. The film shows how the case affects the prosecutor's family life, highlighting the sacrifices involved in pursuing justice. These moments provide a contrast to the intensity of the courtroom scenes, offering a glimpse into the emotional toll of the journey. They also help humanize the protagonist, making his struggle more relatable. The historical context is another key element. While the film focuses on a specific case, it also reflects a broader period in history marked by social and political change. It serves as a reminder of the struggles faced during that time and the ongoing impact of those events. The film does not attempt to provide a comprehensive history lesson but instead uses its narrative to highlight the importance of remembering and addressing the past. In terms of performances, the chemistry between the lead actors is noteworthy. Alec Baldwin and Whoopi Goldberg share a dynamic that feels genuine and emotionally resonant. Their interactions convey mutual respect and shared determination, adding depth to the narrative. James Woods, on the other hand, creates a strong contrast, embodying a character whose presence adds tension and unease to the story. The dialogue is another strength of the film. It is well written and purposeful, avoiding unnecessary exposition while conveying important information. The courtroom exchanges are particularly effective, capturing the intensity and complexity of legal arguments. At the same time, quieter moments of conversation provide insight into the characters' thoughts and emotions. Overall, Ghosts of Mississippi is a thoughtful and impactful film that prioritizes substance over spectacle. It tells a meaningful story with sincerity and respect, supported by strong performances and careful direction. While it may not have the fast pace or dramatic flair of some other films, its strength lies in its authenticity and emotional depth. It invites viewers to reflect on important issues while remaining engaged in a compelling narrative. The film's lasting impression comes from its ability to balance history, emotion, and storytelling. It does not simply recount events, it brings them to life through its characters and their experiences. By focusing on the human side of the story, it makes the themes more accessible and relatable. This movie is available on YouTube free.